All right, welcome back. Let's move on the show. Hopefully, we'll be able to link up with someone from South Africa. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a different perspective to that final. Somebody probably who knows Mamelodi Sundowns very well. We'll be doing that for you on the show. But just sit back and relax. Let's quickly move on, Alfred, and talk about something that has like a sore thumb. It's talk out. National Sports Festival, and now we're hearing that it might just be Abuja if the states that are supposed to host, is not able to do so. It might just be Abuja. I mean, things like this are not good, especially if you're serious about really developing sports in your country.
If you can't develop sports or talk about hosting a major event like the national,
and saying maybe not
National Sports Festival without talking about the present economic realities, will make it extremely difficult for anybody to. How many?
Well, we see the assurances from the state that was supposed to host the
several assurances. That was when we were anticipating that
before the recession.
Yes, oil will be selling at this rate. Now, I mean, the allocation that go to the states are just barely enough to pay workers' salary, do one or two things, and it's really extremely difficult for any state now realistically to come out to say, okay, we want to devote the state's resources to hosting the National Sports Festival. And the way the National Sports Festival is done here is such a big jamboree, huge delegation, some sports that it's for me. I just think that National Sports Festival is just for let's go there, participate, and all of the things that happen there. Some of them, the minimum entry for even the African level, it's not met. It just gives us that sense of identity. Because why not? If Abuja can host through the
at short notice.
Shortly through the federal ministry, you don't know what the plans are. The minister for this to have come out means that
there are probably plans.
Plans here and there
money somewhere
to look at all of this. But I think if we really want to develop our sports, it's from that level that we'll start. Pick the talented athletes, train them to elite level, and we are good to go.
It saddens me, what you said now. It just means a jamboree. You finish the National Sports Festival, you see the states that won, you look at some of the athletes, and you're trying to measure the growth. It doesn't tally, and there's a problem.
The correlation is just there. Some states, you ask somebody, say, I've been representing, this is my 6th National Sports Festival. This is the 6th festival I've been attending, this is the 7th or this, and
you try to measure.
Kidding me? And you start to measure. So all the while they've been coming. So what's been happening? You are the best in this sport. At what is the level that these sports have reached? The federation.
Why
is it not translating to good performances out there? Why is it that only few sports can actually compete at continental or even global level? Is it just that we come and everybody is happy, we put on allowances happy, everybody dress nicely, at least leave your state of abode to a new place and do all of that? What really is the key? But I think that if we want to really be serious with the National Sports Festival,
there are things that need to change.
Things need to change. Yeah. If that is the first level, if that is the foundation where we get these talented athletes that will, from the grassroots, if that is the first, identify them. If you're going to say, okay, the next 1, 2, 3, at most 3 festivals, if you come there and you cannot transit from that basic level to an elite level, so there's no need.
There's no point.
There's no point coming for all of that, because every year some people this year they will represent those states. The next year they go to the Delta. From Delta they move to Katsina.
Just need to be more serious.
Just be moving from place to place.
Yeah. How we take the lessons and move on and do what we need to do to ensure that we're getting the benefits, not just about hosting the National Sports Festival now, but getting all the benefits. All right, let's go back to football, Alfred, and talk about another big thing happening tomorrow. That's the other semi-final in the Federation Cup. We're talking about Enyimba and Nasarawa playing in Ibadan. It's going to be an interesting fixture in that one. And I put you on the spot, but I have to. Where do you think it might go that between these two teams. Who do you think needs it most?
I would say Enyimba needs it most. They are the league. They lost the league title to Rangers International.
And they will always want to play on the continent.
And they always wanted to play on the continent. I think Enyimba we undone this season by the fact that if you look at where they finished at the end of the day, you give it to them. They played all their. They actually didn't have a home. They didn't play any.
They weren't settled.
They weren't settled all through. That they played Nomai. At some point, they played the Nomai, moved back to Port Harcourt and all of that. And so for them, this is a team. The Iba team this year is a team in transition. They thought playing on the continent they were able to be able to do great things. That didn't happen. And so the next route for them to the continent is the Federations Cup. Nasarawa United themselves are a very, very good side. I saw them play this past season 2-3 occasions. Very, very good ball playing team. And so it's all Lagos Salami Stadium tomorrow. Wish I was there to see this game. I think it's going to be.
You have a feeling that Enyimba has a slight edge. Your opinion?
Very, very, very. It's going to be a very, very tight game and an exciting one. I think. I wish both sides would just give us a very good football and move on from there.
You're taking it from a neutral perspective.
Neutral perspective.
Okay, we'll wait to see. But just if you are around, you need to get to where the match is being played so that you can enjoy and see if all these players are actually worth the hype. You know, we say a lot about players playing in the domestic league. If they're really good enough, you just get the chance to see when you get to Lagos Salami Stadium in Ibadan tomorrow to see that semi-final between Enyimba and Nasarawa. All right, let's quickly link up with respected football commentator, writer, and publisher Emeka Enyadike. He joins us now, and we will be talking about Mamelodi Sundowns. Good evening. Let's just talk about this crucial game that's going to be played tomorrow. Are we going to see anything different from what we saw in the group stage?
Good evening. Good evening. And generally, I just want to say that Mamelodi Sundowns have done quite well to get to the finals. Yeah. No one gave them a chance. I remember they were even eliminated, and then eventually got back in. And ever since, they've done quite well. This is the finals, and Zamalek, like every other North African team, they know how to play this tournament. And when they get to the finals, they're a different team from what saw in the group stage. But
okay, we'll try to reconnect and establish contact with Emeka Enyadike, just filling us in with what is happening with Mamelodi. Okay, he's back online. Just continue with what you were saying.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Yes. All right, continue. Okay. We're sorry for that. We can continue that conversation. We hope we'll be able to have that maybe after the final. But thanks all the same. That was Emeka Enyadike right there in South Africa. Was filling us in with his thoughts about that game. Alfred, let's move on the show. We've gone past the Champions League. We're just hoping that we'll see a very good game tomorrow. May the best team win in that one. Okay, let's talk about a coach that seems to have won the hearts of everybody on the domestic scene, Imama Amakpakabo. And a lot of us were surprised that when he came out with what looked like a bombshell, that he didn't have a contract with Rangers. Everybody was wondering, how would you have a coach this good and not find a way to tie it down? But the tide has turned, and he's saying, look, they have met my demands, and we hear that a new contract has been signed.
It's just a matter of time. You know how we do it. Sometimes the contract that we sign here, especially for managers and players, 1 year, everything ends at the end of the last game in the season. But I know that negotiation between Imama Amakpakabo and the management of Rangers been on for a while. Just stating the fact that sometimes if you win the title like this, you have to maximize the opportunity.
The moment.
Yes, the moment, and because it's not at that point you like the beautiful bride. And I think the decision is made to sign that contract, and extended contract with Rangers is about the best sporting decision that he can possibly make at this time, because this is a team that he practically built this team. Last season he took charge of that team, but he didn't start from the onset. He took over the team from Kelechi Emetole. So for this very bidded past season, he ran the race, did the preseason in Benin, brought in the boys that he wanted, played, gave them confidence.
The rest is history.
At some point, management wanted him to drop some players, and according to him, he said he went to the camp, told the players that this is what management wants. Two options. He said, I prune down the numbers, or you take a pay cut. The players opted to take a pay cut to play for Rangers, and that's exactly what he's done, and he can't leave them at this time. I'm sure that in his head he will be thinking, hey, I've got very good prospect with this team, now playing on the continent, an opportunity for me to showcase the what I'm made of as a coach. Who says that tomorrow he cannot be the coach of Al Ahly or Zamalek? For playing on the continent, taking the team to the continent, I think it's only right for him to coach this team on the continent.
But it must also be said, it's also a good one for Rangers, not just for Imama. It's also a good one. It would be like shooting yourself in the leg, a coach that got you into the CAF Champions League, and just let him go.
At that point, I think for Imama, I think he's enjoyed every bit of his stay in Enugu. Yeah. His body language shows you from not only being a coach, but if you ask me, I also want to say a fan of Rangers International. He's enjoyed every moment of it, Latin, the emotions from the touchline kind of resonates with the players, and from the fans, he's giving them confidence. It's been a while that Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium feels like he did this past season. Friday nights are like carnival in Enugu, and that feel-good feeling is back with the fans, and I think it's only right that he take this forward and see how far he can go.
All right. Okay. Let's go back to South Africa and link up with Emeka Eadike, still on the line. If you can hear me, let's just go straight at it. Who wants it more between Mamelodi Sundowns and Zamalek? Who do you think wants this more?
Sundowns, I think Sundowns wants it more, and they lost the Nedbank Cup final, and I believe that they will go for this one.
Okay. Will big game experience count for Zamalek in this game tomorrow? Do you think that winning it for 5 times will have any bearing on what happens tomorrow?
Yes, you can't underrate the Egyptian team. They are the masters at playing this tournament. But one thing we've seen is that more often than not, they get sometimes favorable decisions from referees. They get very hostile when teams come and play there. But what we saw with Sundowns earlier, they've gone to North Africa. They've won every game, and these boys are determined. They have their heart in trying to make sure that there's one crest of that CAF Champions League on their shirts, and remember they've got a very wealthy owner, and they're very.
All right, thank you very much. That was Emeka Eadike, respected football commentator, writer, and publisher, filling us in with what's going to happen tomorrow, CAF Champions League, where he thinks the pendulum will swing. Alfred, let's quickly cross over, travel abroad, and talk about what's going to happen English Premier League. But before that, let's quickly go on a break, and we'll be back for more on Sports Tonight.